I'm getting ready to, just came in from doing some crappie fishing. What I'm going to do now, fam, is I'm going to do a real quick tutorial on how to fillet fish. I've gotten a few requests on that. We just came in. I put the crappie, the ones we just caught, in the freezer. In case you guys hadn't noticed, on some of my segments, I generally let a lot of fish go. I have a real hard time sometimes with catching fish and putting them in, even though I'm eating them, okay? So the ones I just caught, I put them in the freezer. I take them down easy that way. It makes me feel better. And what I'm going to do real quick, guys, as I get ready to head up to the house, I'm going to do a tutorial on how to fillet crappie. All you guys out there, listen, y'all know that I'm real. You know, when I'm spending money out there to go fishing, I don't spend a lot of money. I'm going to be honest with you guys, and I'm going to tell you, you too can learn how to fillet crappie. Now, this technique that we're going to be using to fillet crappie, you can also use this for bass, you can use this for brim, you can use this for sunfish, you can use it for stripers, you can use them for sand bass, white bass, anyone that you choose to use. And all I have is a fillet knife that I purchased from Walmart. Very, very nice fillet knife. I've had it for over a year. And I have to be honest with you guys, I learned how to fillet. If I can do it, anybody can do it, okay? I learned how to do it off of YouTube. So I'm gonna go through a step-by-step process and how to fillet, and I want you guys to check it out. So when I get ready to come back, we'll be ready to go, okay? Hold tight. Okay, guys. Let me show you the knife that I'm using, which is, I purchased this knife, extremely sharp knife. You know the name brand if you see it. It is a fillet knife. It's a 12-inch fillet knife with a flexible bend to it. Let me see if you guys can see it. And as you guys can see, this is a 12-inch, I meant to say inch if I said foot, a 12-inch knife, and you can see what it looks like up against this 13-inch crappie. And this is one that we caught out of the lake last week, okay? So, this is how I do it, guys. It's very, very simple to do. I just really make one incision behind the fin. Okay, you have meat. This is the portion of the meat that you're trying to get, the largest part of the meat. So you don't want to miss any of this up in the top near the head, okay? So all you do is go behind the gill here. You make one incision at an angle here, okay? One cut there. And a matter of fact, let me see if I can turn it around so you guys can see it. Almost did it all the way. As a matter of fact, I did do it to the backbone. You guys can see that, right? All right. Turn the knife. Okay. Different people do it various different ways. I don't really try to rush mine. There ain't no sense in trying to rush it. I try to get all the meat off of it as I can, and I want to do it slow for you guys so you can really get a gist of it as to how I do it, okay? So I just work the knife right down the backbone. You can feel it. And once you get past the stomach, you come all the way out. Some people leave the skin on right there. Okay, I generally cut mine through. I turn it with the tip of the knife. Matter of fact, let me turn it this way so you guys can see. With the tip of the knife, I go right down and make sure I'm close to that stomach, to the backbone. Okay, and then I turn the fillet up. And you'll feel the rib cage, okay? You'll feel that, and I just let the edge of the knife just flow right straight down, and you'll feel it, and you just follow it. Because where that rib cage is, there ain't no meat on there, okay? So you just want to follow the rib bones straight all the way down, like that. Cut all the way through here. And there you have your fillet, just like that, okay? I either flip it over and do the other side, or in this case, guys, I'm gonna show you how I take off the scales as well, okay? You have to remember, I don't do I'm sorry, the skin, I don't do any scaling. So I just take the flex end of the knife, the tip, run it along the skin, pull it back, and you just follow it straight on through. Okay, you just let the flex of the knife do everything. Okay, just like that. And here you have the skin, and here you have your fillet. Okay, and I want to say this to you guys as well. Matter of fact, let me hold the camera right here. Listen, best way that you're going to learn is to practice. Okay? Whenever you catch shell crackers or brim or you catch crappie, watch the video, rewind it, play it, rewind it, play it, make sure you got it just right, and just practice. Once you get this down, nobody can take it away from you. If I learned how to do it, guys, and you know I'm the guy next door, it's very easy to do. Whenever people eat crappie, and this is what I found, and you guys know from my segments I love to catch crappie, but there's only one thing that I like doing more than catching crappie. I love eating crappie. But for me, I find that crappie have a lot of bones in them. Okay, very white meat, very sweet meat. You'll love the meat. It's very mild tasting, but it has a lot of bones. So filleting is the best way that I found to do it. Okay, now we got one fillet, and what I'm going to do is, you have your fillet, no skin. Okay, we're going to set that there. There's your meat there. We flip this one over, and we do the same thing as you did before. Okay, right below that fin, right above the head. You remember I told you about that meat. You don't want to leave that meat there, so you want to cut one incision at an angle right behind the head. I know you guys can see that. Turn that knife, go right down with the tip of it, go right down the spinal cord, go right down the backbone, and you'll feel when you get past the stomach, you push it all the way through, just like that. Let me see if I can bring it closer so you guys can see it. And you bring the knife straight on through. Just to make sure your cut is good, what I generally do, take the knife, run it down the backbone again. Okay? Run it down the backbone. You'll feel it. You can't help but to feel it. And listen, you're going to make a few mistakes, but don't worry about that. If I can learn how to do this, anybody can do it. Like I said, once you learn, you got it. And this applies for various different fish. So when you come home, you go trout fishing, you're able to just whiz right through the fish if you want it boneless. Okay? If you want snapper, you do it the same way. Striped bass, you do it the same way. Bass, you do it the same way. It all applies. So you make sure that cut. Let me see if I can turn it so you guys can really see it. Okay? You make that cut like that. You're going to feel the rib cage. There ain't no meat over the stomach, okay? I'm trying to do it slow. Generally, I do it a little bit faster than this, but I'm going to do it slow so you guys can see it. Okay? Once you find that rib cage, you just cut along the rib cage, and it's just going to peel away. It just peels away just like that. And there you go. That's your fillet. All right. Now, look how thin that is. You see it? We didn't leave relatively no meat on there. I hope you guys can see it. Let me turn it around this way so you can see it. So you can see how thin it is. See how thin it is? We didn't leave no meat on there. Okay? So, again, what you do with this one right here, you don't like the skin on, just take it, start it in, bend your fillet knife, because this is a big one. It takes a double cut, and there's your fillet. You guys can see it. Here's your skin. Okay, so you relatively don't leave any meat on there whatsoever. You guys can see it. And this is what I suggest that you do, because your stomach bones and the rib cage, if you run your fingers along here, sometimes you'll be able to feel a bone in there too. And you just take it and just cut it out. You'll be able to feel it. And there's your whole fillet. And what I generally do, you guys saw one of my segments. All I do is cut this bad boy here in the nuggets like this. And there you go. So we have the other fillet. Very easy to do, guys. Remember, I told you I'm just the guy next door. And also, I want to send a special shout out to my other YouTubers that showed me a lot of things. Guys, there's a lot of information that you can learn from YouTube. Okay, cut those excess rib bones, stomach bones out. If we had any, you can just run your finger along the side and you can automatically feel them. They're in the same place all the time. Okay, so we cut these into nuggets just like this. And there we go. No scaling, no flaking. Here's your skin, no meat on there. I'm going to show it again so you guys can really get the gist of how I do it. One incision right behind the fin and the head. Turn your blade. Run the tip of your fillet knife right down the spinal cord. You'll be able to feel it till you get all the way to the back. Push it all the way through and bring it all the way through. Okay? You run the tip of your knife down the spinal cord to make sure the cut is nice and good, nice and clean. You can hear, matter of fact, you can hear the spinal cord. Listen. Okay, that lets you know that you cut all the way through. Okay, then you spin it back. That meat over the rib cage is no good. There ain't no meat there. Okay, so all you do is bring the tip of your knife over that rib cage and run it down, just like that. Make that cut all the way through, and there you have one fillet, just like that. Flip it over. Do the same thing here, right behind that fin. Hold your knife at an angle. Make sure you get all the meat right there. Turn your knife. Run right down that spinal cord with just the tip of it. You'll be able to feel it when you punch through. Bingo. And you just bring it all the way through, just like that. Take your knife. You run it right down that spinal cord again. Make sure you got a nice clean cut. Just like that. You'll hear it. And you just peel it back and you'll feel the rib cage. Remember, like I said, ain't no meat on the rib cage. Okay, so you just peel it back. Run your knife right down through, right above the stomach. Just like that. Cut that fillet off. Sure even cut. There's your second one. And take a look again. Look at the meat. Look how much we got off of there. Literally nothing. Okay? So you want to skin it. Hold the end. Bend your fillet knife. Let your knife do all the work. Okay? And just run it just like that. There you go. You have a boneless fillet, just like that. Very easy to do. There's your skin. Take it, discard it. Make sure if you left any of the stomach bones, you'll be able to feel them. They're always in the same place. And what I do just to ensure, I cut a little V out. Take that. Cut that into fish nuggets, just like that. And there you have it. That's how we do it. Okay, so we're going to do this one. Take the skin off of this one right here again so you guys can see it. Just hold the skin down with your fingers. Let your knife just flex. Let the knife do the work. There you have a fillet. See the skin? Nothing on there. And you're skinless. That's all you have to do. See if you feel any bones there. Because I try to take my time. I don't try to rush to do it, guys. Because I want to make sure I get every bit of the meat that I can off of Crappie. There you go. I cut them up into nuggets. Boom, 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 and boom. There you go. Very simple to do. Like I said, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Okay. I learned off of the YouTubers on there. You guys can do it too. It's very simple. You got to remember, I'm Cam. You know, y'all are fam. I tell you the truth. Okay. If I can do this, anybody can do it. So, listen. If you like, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button. Send me some comments. You know how much I like being interactive, okay? Guys, until next time, looking forward to seeing you back out on the boat again, okay?